Hello friends and welcome to my channel Iballdesigningdeveloper. Like you all know that previously we have started a new series of C++ and I hope you all are enjoying that series. And in that series we have covered many of the things, and now we are also covering up really different things in this series as well, which we have started of C++. And now in this video I'll be telling you that what are identifiers in C++. You can say identifiers is one of the name of as variable, you can say identifier, but difference is that identifiers are variables but they are not called as variables because they used as variable, and that is why we call it as identifiers. I'll be telling you that why we call this as identifiers and what are the difference between variables and identifiers. It is also a, you can say, a common thing in variable and identifier is one thing which I'll be telling you in this video. So remember to see this video from start if you want to learn that what are identifiers, and if you want to see that how you can use identifiers in C++. So remember to hit a like to this video, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel. So what we are waiting for, let's move to computer screen and let's get started. So now here we are on the computer screen, and it start like I've told you that today in this video I'll be telling you that what are identifiers in C++ and how we use identifiers in C++. So before learning about identifiers, what I'm going to do is I'll be just opening my Google Chrome here, and after opening Google Chrome I'll be opening my text editor, which is Replit. Like you all know that previously when we were just working we were using Replit as our text editor. So I'll be logging out with this account and I'll be logging with my dummy account like I was just using in my previous video, like you all know that. So you can also log in with a dummy account if you want to, but if you have already created the account then you don't have to log in with dummy account, you can use your own account as well. But as you know, Replit is a purchase environment, so you have to use it by purchasing it if you want to use, but I'm not purchasing it, and that is why I'm using one file again and again. So what I'm going to do is I'll be removing all the things from this file here, and I'll be just changing the name here of my project. So today we are just working on identifiers, so I'll be writing identifiers like this, and then I'll be writing in C++. Then you can press enter to create your title, and you can just see now our title has been changed to identifiers in C++, and we are getting our main.cpp file as well, in which we can write all our codes so we can learn about identifiers. Now I'll be moving to my Word document here, and you can just see first of all we are getting a heading as C++ identifiers, and if we read this paragraph, so it says that all C++ variables must be identified with unique names, which is really important thing, that if you're writing any variable in C++, so they all should be defined with the unique names so that you can use identifiers in that, and you can identify every variable with a different name. These unique names are called identifiers, like the variable's name which you write when you have to define any variable, like previously when we were using init with y or init with x. So these are the identifiers which we are using with that, and these are called unique names as well in second form. You can say identifiers can be used, or you can say identifier can be short names like x and y, or more descriptive names h, sum, total, volume. You can use identifier by like this. Note, it is recommended to use descriptive names in order to create understandable and maintainable code. Like if you want to use an understandable and maintainable code, you have to use descriptive names in order to create this thing. So these are some of the identifier code which you can use, and the general rules for naming variables are: names can contain letters, digits and underscores. Names must begin with a letter or an underscore. Names are case sensitive. My variable and my variable in short are different variables. Names cannot contain white spaces or special characters like this, etc. Reserved words like C++ keywords such as init cannot be used as names. Now what the general rules are saying, in summary I'll be telling you that basically these general rules are saying is that the letter which you are writing as a variable can be defined using digit or underscores or with a letter, but you cannot use any sensitive thing like my variable in short, because these are already constants which we use in C++. If we talk about integer, which is a short form as init, so we already use these tags as a constant, so we cannot write these as variables. So when you're writing variable, you have to give a different name. It called as unique name, and that is why we called that unique names as identifiers. Now we will be seeing what are the examples of identifiers. I'll be also commenting out the things so you can understand that what are variables. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'll be writing the starting code of C++ here so you can understand that we are starting with C++ and learning about variables, identifiers, but these are variables you can say as well, because in this video I'll be telling you about variables as well. Now what I'm going to do is I'll be just now giving here a variable, but before doing that we have to create an init main. So I'll be writing here init main, then you have to just move down and then we have to write here a count function. And now what I'm going to do is, like, if I remove this and if I write in the place of it like init, and then if I write like this, the value in this as, like, if I write my name here as the variable equal to like this 5. Now if I give this value here, so what I'm going to do is I have to define this value. So I will be writing count, and like this I'll be writing the variable name. Now we have to see that where we have written identifier in this whole tag. If I run this, so we will be getting 5 printed here. You can just see we are getting 5 because in variable I have written the number 5. Now we have to see what are identifier in this whole tag. If we talk about identifier, so this inshal which I have written, my name, it is a variable which I have created. If I remove this name and if I write here as apple like this, and simply here as well, because now the variable has been changed. Remember, when you are defining any variable, you should be writing the variable name with count as well, so you can get the variable working here. Now if I run, so obviously I'll be again getting the same thing as 5, because in variable I have not changed anything, I have written the 5. But now we have to see what are identifier in this tag. So in this whole element, if we talk about identifier, so this apple is identifier because we are giving here a new name to our tag, or you can say to our element. So apple is a new name which we have given to our variable, and that is why we call this apple as identifier. So I'll be commenting out here as identifier. So here I will be commenting out this thing like this, that it is an identifier. This apple equal to 5 is identifier. Now if I just copy the same thing here and if I paste it many times, and now here in the place of apple, if I write here like number 1, so I'm now using it with underscore, but now the value which I will be writing here is my name is inshalbaig, which I'm writing here like this. Now here in the place of this apple, I have to also write my same variable name, so I can define it here. So you can just see I've written this thing. Now if I run this, so you can just see we are getting an error because we are using a quote. But if we don't want to use a quote, so you can use like this, but again you will be getting an error because you're using like this. Remember, when you're using any string value in C++, so you have to use double quotes there, not single. So that is why I'm using only double quotes here, not single. And now you will be seeing that we are again getting the same error, which says is that my name is inshalbaig, one error generated. So it is giving me again an error because you cannot define a value like this in C++. So I'll be now giving a number value as 250 like this, and if I just run this, so you will be now getting the value as 5 and 250. So you can just see, but I want that this should be moving down, so I will be adding like this and L to take this down. Save it here now and reload, and you can just see now if I do like this, so and L we have to don't write here, we have to write and L here. Save, reload. Now you can just see if we check here, so we are getting this 250 and L here as well we have to write, so we can get a space and L, then here you have to run it. After running, if I show you, you can just see now we are getting one line space after 5 and 250 is coming on the second line because we have used an LDEN function. Now if we see here that what is identifier in these two variables. So first, if we talk about identifier, so this apple is an identifier in this first variable, and in this second variable this number 1 is a identifier because we are giving a unique name to our variable. We are not giving the name which is already defined as a constant in C++. We are giving a unique name, and the unique names which we give to a variable, it is called as identifiers. So I hope you understand in this video that what are identifiers and how you can define identifiers with variables in C++. So if you understand this video of identifiers, so remember to hit a like to this video. And if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get all the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel, and share this video so more people can learn about these amazing things which we are covering up here through this video and through this series which we are starting with of C++. So now I'll be meeting you in next project or next tutorial video using C++ from start. So for today, goodbye.